Woohoo! Yeah, I'm crazy for Coleco. Yeah, back in 1982, this fabulous system came out on the market. You know, Atari was dominated. The Intellivision was starting to gain some steam, but here comes Coleco. Okay, I know a lot of people love the Atari 2600 and all, but the graphics were sort of Asian a little bit, especially in the early 80s. Everything still looked kind of blocky on it, and yeah, Pac-Man and E.T. really sucked. So here comes Coleco, our savior, and they're ready to introduce themselves to the market and wow everybody with arcade quality graphics. Yeah, Nintendo, they were on board. You had companies like Data East making Burger Time, and just a whole bunch of big names for it. Okay, enough of my pretentious face, hogging up all the spotlight. This is a review of the Colecovision itself. A wonderful little system. Definitely kind of bulky in size, but a lot of systems were kind of big like that, like the Atari 2600 and television. The controllers are fairly easy to use. Yeah, they're not perfect by any means though. First thing is that you got this ugly 12 keypad on here. Kind of unnecessary for certain games, but other ones you do need to press some of the buttons to get the games going, to activate a pause or something like that. Even though it's great for arcade-like games like Q*bert and Frogger, this arcade stick can wear on your fingers after a while, especially when you're using these side action buttons here. Yeah, it's not the most comfortable, but you can get used to it. And if you want to use a different controller, hey, that's no problem either. Unlike the original television, boom, I can detach this, get rid of it, and put in a new controller. Hell, I can even put in the Sega Genesis controller if I want to. Yeah, the problem with using the Sega Genesis controller is that it doesn't have the keypad control. So the trade-off. But fortunately, there are some third-party Coleco controllers you can use. Yeah, back when the Atari 5200 came out, everybody was focused on the Colecovision instead because they had a great version of Donkey Kong for it. Yeah, I already did a review on Donkey Kong. You can see my crazy Coleco playlist and all that shilling that I'm doing. But still, let's have a closer look at Donkey Kong for the Atari 2600. And now, let's look at the Colecovision version of Donkey Kong. Which one looks better to you? Let's look at the Coleco version of Frogger. Now let's look at the Atari 2600 version of Frogger. See? Yeah, let's look at the Coleco version of Pac-Man versus the Atari version of Pac-Man. Ah! Oh my god! Get that ugly thing off the screen now! Holy shit! Yeah, definitely pick this version up. I think it's only $150 now, so. And yeah, unfortunately the Atari one you can probably pick up for $1 if you're lucky. Probably not even if you're lucky because it's pretty much crap, but still. It was almost like the perfect system. So what went wrong? Why did this system only last 2 years? Well, the problem is, yeah, back in 83 and 84, yeah, Coleco had the bright idea to release the Coleco Atom. Not only plays Coleco games, but it's also a personal computer. Yeah, the problem is it's known to break down a lot. The Commodore 64 was definitely more established and a lot more user-friendly than the Coleco Atom. And a lot of people just weren't willing to spend nearly $1,000 for that bulky mess. So that was also part of the reason why the Coleco failed, and their reason is the whole market crash of 83 and 84. Yeah, Atari wasn't doing too well, and television wasn't doing too well. In fact, games in general were pretty much doing awful. If it wasn't for the crash, and if it wasn't for the Coleco Atom, who knows how far this system could have went. Look at this! Pac-Man Collection, Gangster 81 the video game, squares. Yeah, just so many different homebrew games that are being re-released here on this awesome system. Masco Tree, and one of the crown jewels in my collection, Ghost Blaster. Yeah. Yeah, thanks again to New Coleco for signing this for me. Yeah. That's so awesome. And that's why I just love the Coleco system. It's amazing. There's still tons of support out there for this system, even though it died so many years ago. The system is over 32 years old and people still love it. And if you're sick of the games, why not see if you can actually expand on it? Yeah, down here is a little Coleco expansion pack. And unlike the Super Nintendo one, this is actually being used. Yeah, say you got like the game Victory and you want to go do some racing, yeah, you can actually add a wheel attachment with a foot pedal. Very cool. Sadly, there's no pole position for Coleco, but hey, maybe some homebrew, wizard out there might do something about that. We'll see. Okay. And we also got the roller controller in here, used for games like Centipede and Slither. Yeah, and there a cool attachment is. And the most controversial one is the Atari 2600 adapter. Say you want to play your 2600 games on your Colecovision? No problem. Highly illegal right now. Imagine playing Xbox One games on PlayStation 4. Well, you could probably do that right now. See, all you had to do is go to this one website, download the patch, and you can play Xbox One games on your PlayStation 4. But I better not talk about that. Okay. Yeah, this opens up a whole new library of games that you can play, which is awesome. And last but not least is the Super Game module, which will also fit on here. Sadly, the ColecoVision is pretty old technology, and if you want to have a game in there that has a lot of memory to it, like a Gradius or like a 4-level version of Donkey Kong, you attach the Super Game module here. It spans the memory of the ColecoVision, and now you can have Super Games on here, which is very cool. Problem is, I don't have a Super Game module. The thing is like super expensive. Last one I see on eBay went for $500 plus. But maybe someday I will have it. Here are some great games for it back here. Q*bert, Centipede, River Raid, Kill Frenzy. So many great titles. Yeah, it doesn't have the biggest library out there. It does have a lot of legends that deserve attention. It's very old school and everything, and I don't think the games run over a megabyte. But it's still good, fun arcade action, and that's why I love it. The ColecoVision here, made by Coleco themselves. Yeah, it earns an 80 out of 100. Definitely awesome little machine that's worth checking out. May be old, but doesn't mean it's cold. Okay, and that's it for me. This is Airsoft World Champion, over and out. Coleco kicks a ton of ass. Yeah!